Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to another Hot Jobs with us here at Higher Military. How are you? I hope that you are enjoying your summer so far and you celebrated, recognized, and acknowledged the long weekend that we just had. If you are new to us here, welcome. It's really lovely to see you. If you don't know what we're about, well, Higher Military is a staffing agency for those affiliated to the military. We support military spouses, we support veterans, and we support those transitioning from active duty into the civilian world. We share roles that you may be interested in, for example, SkillBridge internship opportunities and direct hire opportunities. And we also offer up the opportunity, I've said that word 3 times now, we offer up the ability for you to be able to ask us questions. So if there's anything that you want to know about the transition, about the job hunt, or anything from a recruiter's perspective about how we work, please do drop your comments, drop your questions. At the end of our live today, normally at about 25 minutes past, we tend to go to the questions and we answer as many of them as possible. We'd love to know who is here with us today. So please do drop where you are watching from. If you are interested in SkillBridge, direct hire, if you have a question, and then tell us how you heard about us. If you hear about a role today that you think, that sounds kind of interesting, but it's not really for me, let me share with you other avenues that you can identify requisitions that we're working with right now. First and foremost, we have an awesome website. If you haven't taken a look at it before, it is highermilitary.us. So www.highermilitary.us. From there, on the home screen, you will be able to see 2 buttons, one for SkillBridge and also one for direct hire, for jobs, we call it. So click on those links and see if there is anything else that might be good for you. If not, you can then do 2 things. First, bookmark those pages because our roles and our requisitions change on a daily basis. We are constantly updating. Equally, you can go into one of our talent pools. You can drop your details, your resume, and just a little bit about you. On the SkillBridge side, you tell us your ETS and a few other bits and pieces. And then what that means is as we take new positions, we go to those talent pools first and foremost, and we identify to see if there are any candidates in there or any applicants that may be of interest or may be suitable. And if your name comes up, then we get in touch with you. Equally, on a bi-weekly basis, we send out an email just to give you an update of our events that are going on, to include this live, an audio that Mike Quinn, our CEO, and I do every other week or so, his Mastering LinkedIn webinars, and any other careers fairs that we are joining that week. So definitely do register your details if you are looking for that additional information. Oh my gosh, so many people here today. Christopher, hi. Francis, hi. Jake from Masonite, hello, sir. Freddie from Honolulu, gosh, we've got loads of people. Joel at JBLM, lovely to see you. If you haven't already, do check out the event page for our LinkedIn Live today because you will see a few links there that may be of interest. Let me draw your attention to the Beginner's Guide to an Effective LinkedIn Profile. If you are new to LinkedIn or you're just getting going, definitely have a look at that because it will give you the Cliff's Notes on really how to optimize from a recruiter's perspective your LinkedIn profile and what you need to include there. Another article that we wrote with our marketing team is how to create an effective resume. And I really do want to draw your attention to that because what we find a lot of the time in the questions and answers here that people are saying, I've submitted hundreds and hundreds of resumes. I've applied to so many roles, but I'm not getting any bites back. And often that's because just a generic master resume has been forwarded in application for a specific role. And unfortunately, in this current climate, in this landscape, that probably isn't going to get you through to an interview. What you need to be able to recognize and do is really create and demonstrate the best version of you on paper that you possibly can. Essentially, you need to show the company that you're applying to that you are the solution to their problem. And in essence, we have created a document to help you do that. It literally takes a job description, takes your resume, and it shows you how to put the 2 together. So definitely take a look at that. Mike Quinn, our CEO, I'm sure most of you are familiar with him, is performing alongside the USO Transitions team a Mastering LinkedIn webinar, Ask Mike version, this Thursday, June the 1st at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That is where he will be there just to perform a Q&A session. So if you have questions for him or questions with regard to transitioning from active duty to the civilian world, definitely do register via the USO Transitions website for that. Equally, he is delivering his normal Mastering LinkedIn webinar on June the 13th. And that is 2 hours where he sits down and he goes through from creating and setting up your LinkedIn profile all the way through to demonstrating and showing you how to network effectively and really how to utilize the platform as it was meant for. So if you've never been to one of those, I hugely, hugely recommend it. If we haven't met before, my name is Lucy. It's really lovely to meet you today. I am an active duty Air Force spouse. My husband is currently stationed at Eielson Air Force Base in the interior of Alaska, just south of Fairbanks. So if you're Army, you'll probably recognize Fort Wainwright. We're just south of there. And I am the Senior Director here at Higher Military, and I'm really glad that you've joined us today. Let me hand you over to Matt Hart to introduce himself.
All right, thank you, Lucy. So I'm Matt, one of the recruiters here. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, live out in East Tennessee. We're going to share some direct hire opportunities with you. I know Amber posted something, but if you have questions about anything, please put the comment in the chat. And, last hopefully 5 to 10 minutes of this, we'll be able to try to answer as many questions as we can. Please be detailed if you're interested in anything that we share. Just type in the job and what you're interested in, and we'll reach out to you. But I will turn it over to Brandy Walker.
Thanks, Matt. So I'm Brandy Walker. I'm up here in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State. We retired out here, so we're retired Army now. So Army veteran as well. Grew up Navy. So just kind of excited to be here. I'm one of the recruiters. I actually kind of straddle a bit of the lines. I do the Texas Instruments SkillBridge internship, and then I work direct hire roles. So happy to see everybody. And I'm going to give it to Matt Collins, who is kind of sort of my state neighbor-ish.
Thank you, Brandon. We are living that Pacific Northwest. I'm like Pacific Northwest Light here in Missoula, Montana. So, hey, everybody, Matt Collins here, a 28-year Army veteran, recently retired in March of this year, and also a product of SkillBridge. So I love talking SkillBridge and all the opportunities we have. And as Lucy alluded to, we have so many SkillBridge roles out there, more than what you'll hear today, many, many more. This is a fraction of what we have. So really excited to share those roles. And I'd be remiss if we got this far into this without me mentioning how incredible Matt Hart's new hair choice and style looks with the GQ beard. I mean, we're not going to go this call without me bringing that up. So, and yeah, Matt, great. Looking really good, buddy. So excited to be here and really excited to share these roles. And with that, I will pass it back to you, Lucy.
Take myself off mute there. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. As we go into sharing the roles with you today, if you hear one that you are interested in, I would implore you to actually put the job title of the position that we are talking about at the time. If you've been around and you've listened to one or two of these before, you'll know the reason why. But the reason is LinkedIn is a bit of a beast. During these lives, they don't like us actually adding URLs into the comments. And as soon as we press the enter button, they delete it off. So it just looks like we put a blank comment. So if you put the job title name, what we can do is as soon as the live ends, we can go back and we can hit you up with the URL so that you have got that detail ready to go and you can take a look. As we are live today, if you do have questions, we have the wonderful Kate Wood, who is our recruiting manager, and Amber Flores, one of our recruiters, in the chats today to answer any questions that you have. So hopefully we will be firing on all cylinders from all resources to be able to support you. And that is ultimately our aim, to give you as much information as possible during these 30 minutes that we are live with you. So without further ado, let's get going. I am going to hand over to Matt Collins. First of all, he is going to share the first part, which are the SkillBridge internship opportunities. And then we will go over to Matt Hart and Brandy Walker, who are then going to share the permanent jobs. But Matt, before we start, why don't you tell everybody here, just to make sure that everybody is aware and to recognize the program, what the DoD SkillBridge internship program is and who it is available to.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lucy. So SkillBridge, for those that still may not be aware or aware of the details of SkillBridge, SkillBridge exists for anyone 6 months out from the end of your service. So if you're 6 months out from your ETS, SkillBridge is there for you. It is a DoD approved program across every branch of the military, and it is just an incredible game changer. So many of us here at Higher Military were products of it as we transitioned out, and I really encourage people to get engaged really a year out and start trying to understand where they want to be, what they want to do post-military, have that conversation with their command team. That is vital to really make sure they understand it and they're going to support your SkillBridge. There's not a lot of reasons they shouldn't, but sometimes within each command and each installation, each branch of service, there's going to be some nuance and some differences. But if you are 6 months out from your ETS, begin researching where you want to be. And as I say every week, please understand, although we have some remote roles and we have roles in certain places, remote's not an industry, and telling us that you're looking to be in a certain state and that you're a retiring veteran doesn't help us as much as you may think. What we really need to know is, what is your background? What are you looking to do next? And then where do you want to be? And if you're not open to locations outside of one, that is totally fine. When you register in our database, just say where you want to be. And if you're not open to relocation, say no, that's fine. That really helps us get finite and target that search for your SkillBridge opportunity. So again, if you're 6 months out from the end of your service, you want to do SkillBridge, reach out. We'd love to answer your questions, but it's an incredible program. So without any further ado, I will talk about some really exciting SkillBridge roles we have right now. The first one, it is remote. And this is a really, really, I know we're always going to say it's a really exciting opportunity, right? But this really is an exciting opportunity. Sprout Social is a company. They're a sales development. They're a media management platform for businesses, but they are looking for a sales development associate. And they're one of our newest partners. It's Sprout Social. It's an active and engaged veterans employer resource group that they have within their program, within the SkillBridge program. And this role has unlimited potential at the end of your internship for you to go into a sales development representative role with future growth potential into account executive, business development roles. So really, this is unique, and they're looking for people that are available 10 July of this year. And they're really just looking for someone with a clear passion and interest in business-to-business sales. So if you're interested in, the social media world and the digital platform world, and you have a real desire to learn more about business-to-business sales, this role is for you. So for someone that doesn't have a lot of experience maybe in one industry, and you're open to remote because it gives you obviously the freedom of location, this would be a really, really interesting role to connect with us and learn more about. And again, if you're going to be available by 10 July, so you're really coming up on that SkillBridge eligibility, this role with us, with Sprout Social as a sales development associate, was a really, really cool role to check out. So connect with us. We'd love to tell you more. Again, that's a sales development associate with Sprout Social, and it's remote. The next role I want to talk about is not remote, but is in beautiful Fort Walton Beach, Florida native here. So I can tell you that is a beautiful part of the state of Florida. And the role is, get ready if I can say this correctly the first time, aeronautical, electrical, electronic systems engineer. So that's with a company called R4 Integrations Incorporated. Again, it's in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. So this is a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business, an innovative leader in the aviation industry. And they're looking for an electrical engineer. You'd be responsible for generating and reviewing engineering drawings, as well as creating conceptual, engineering design plans. So really the ideal candidate for this role would be possessing a bachelor's degree in aerospace or aeronautical systems engineering. That's really important. It's got to be an engineering specific aeronautical degree, as well as 5+ years of direct experience in FAA or military aviation engineering. So they are looking for that specific skill set, but they are very, very excited to be part of our SkillBridge partnership. So if you have that background, again, it's an aeronautical, electrical, electronic systems engineer. I'm going to say it twice in one call and not get that wrong. And that's with R4 Integrations Incorporated in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. So that's a really exciting role. And if you have a background in engineering and aviation world, please connect with us. We'd love to tell you more about that role and learn a little bit about yourselves. The last company I'm going to talk about, I'm just going to talk about the company and the vast amount of roles they have across the country. This is Masonite. Jake, I know you're on today. Shout out. Great job last week. Connecting with us on Hot Jobs to talk about what you do. But Masonite, it's one of our most veteran-friendly partners, and they really are. They are all about SkillBridge, and they have a multitude of roles right now across the country. This is a custom door manufacturing business, but the roles they have range from business administration, logistics, human resource background. So if you've got a supply chain background, business administration background, a logistical background, and you're willing to, I mean, they operate everywhere from Alabama to Wisconsin to Indiana to Ohio to Virginia. There are roles across the country. So if you visit our website, search SkillBridge internships and filter Masonite, you will see a lot of roles they have right now. And they are very, very open to learning about people with SkillBridge, with an interest in SkillBridge. So again, Masonite, huge company with us, one of our favorite partners. I talk about every week. Jake, I think the world of you. You do great things within the SkillBridge and veteran community. So if you want to learn more about Masonite, please connect with us and I'd be happy to share. Lastly, before I pass it over to Brandy here, I can tell you that if you go to our website and you filter by industry, by state, by location, you can really narrow down the SkillBridge opportunities we have that may align with what you're looking to do, where you want to be post-military. So please get on that website and check it out. We have so many SkillBridge opportunities, and we literally put new opportunities up there every day. So with that, I will hand it over to my Pacific Northwest neighbor to talk about some direct hire roles. I'll give it to you, Brandy Walker.
Thanks, Matt. So I'm actually going to continue on the SkillBridge train just for a hot second. My first role is actually an equipment technician in Dallas, Texas. You've heard us talk about this role multiple times. It's because we have multiple cohorts going on. They start at the end of every month. I'm actually already screening for 2024. So if it's not time and you're trying to plan out and you're interested in Dallas, Texas, equipment technician with our lovely host company of Texas Instruments, go ahead, connect with me. We can get you screened and we can start kind of going down that path. So the equipment technician, in this role, you'll perform preventive maintenance, equipment repairs, improvements, upgrades, and installation. What they're looking for is someone with mechanical, electrical experience. It can be in the form of military training, hands-on maintenance, or even the pursuit of a degree in a technical related field. I've also had people do it that don't do it in the military, but they do it as a hobby. And this is something they do on their free time, taking apart their Xboxes or Nintendos or working on cars. Electrical experience, mechanical experience, that capability to tinker and take things apart, put them back together. You really need to have a desire to move to Dallas, Texas. And I know Matt Collins makes a joke about Dallas every week. I have no game or no skin in the game about, Dallas football or anything like that. However, my brother, I think, is a Spurs fan. So there's that. And then you will need a minimum of 90 days for your internship. That's it. Just if 90 is all you can do, 90's what they'll take it. So, but you can always do more. So that is the equipment technician. This is a DoD SkillBridge, also known as Career Skills Program in the Army, with Texas Instruments. And they're one of our host companies. If you're interested, drop it in the comments. We're happy to connect, even if you're looking for 2024. So my next one is a support technician, which happens to be remote. This is a temporary role. So it is a customer facing, working as a support desk agent, managing tickets in a high volume environment. Some of what you'll do is provide excellent customer service to all the customers, field incoming help requests from end users via a variety of intakes, prioritize and schedule incidents, as well identify and escalate critical incidents, test fixes to ensure problems have been adequately resolved. What you're going to need is a degree, associate's or bachelor's degree in a related field, 3 years of work-related experience, and they're really looking for that desired experience of Zendesk, ITIL, and funny enough, an education background, K through 12. So that is support technician. It is a remote role. This is a temporary role. There is no end date right now on the contract for this one. So it's open-ended, and it's something that if you get into this role and you're working it, they keep you updated of what this contract looks like and when it's going to end. And, we don't just get you over there and send you on your way. We actually are there with you the entire time. We check on you to see how things are going. So that is what I have, the SkillBridge internship. And then my direct hire role is the support technician for that temporary role. So off to Matt Hart.
All right. Thank you, Brandy. So I'm going to share a couple other direct hire jobs that we have available. The first one is a LMR project manager. So LMR, land mobile radio project management project manager. This is remote. So what this is, it's with the nationwide leader in public safety communications and system consulting. So basically, you're going to assist with state agencies, the police, emergency management, fire department, etc. You'll be focused on the planning and upgrading of LMR communication systems. It's open in a remote capacity, but you have to be able to travel for up to 1 to 2 days a week and reside within 1 hour drive of a major airport. So those are two key requirements for the location for the remote aspect of this. So again, within about an hour of a major airport, traveling 1 to 2 days per week. So those are key requirements that you need to be comfortable with. There's multiple roles available from junior to senior level. For qualifications, they're looking for 3+ years of experience utilizing in-depth knowledge of government LMS radio communication systems, experience with program project management. A PMP is preferred. If you don't have one and you want to pursue it, the employer will help you obtain that PMP certification. Yeah, there's some other places out there where you can get it, but having an employer that wants to help you get that certification, that says a lot about them as well. So that's the LMS project manager role that is remote. Again, please kind of pay attention to the requirements for the location and the requirements for the job itself. So they're going to be pretty strict on those. The next one, it's really just a whole bunch of different jobs, kind of like what Matt Collins talked about earlier. But we have a lot of manufacturing leadership type positions in Salina, Kansas. Really what they're looking for, anything with production and manufacturing, approximately 4 years. And that includes about 4 years in leadership in production and manufacturing. Any type of safety management, if you have knowledge of USDA or FDA, that's a huge plus. If you have intermediate knowledge of robotics used in production, that would be amazing. Ammonia, refrigeration, any of those sorts of things, especially just that manufacturing production experience is huge. Very heavy on the leadership aspect of things. There are some maintenance type positions out there, ones where you have to understand like PLC, things like that. So go to the website, go to hiremilitary.us, click on the direct hire for the jobs. You can see all the different jobs that are on there, and you see all of the different requirements. And you can also just scroll down and see all of the ones we have across the entire website. But again, pay attention to the requirements for it. Again, these are in Salina, Kansas, a lot of manufacturing leadership jobs. I know if you're at Fort Riley, you're only about an hour from there. So there's a lot of good opportunities out there in that Salina, Kansas area. Those are the jobs I'm going to be sharing, but I'll turn it back over to Lucy. We'll finish this up and we can start answering some questions.
Thank you so much, you guys. Gosh, there's a lot of people interested in the LMR role. That's super exciting. I did notice in the comments as Matt and Brandy were talking that a few people were asking about roles in Florida, namely Tampa. So yes, we do have some positions in Tampa at the moment. They're around sort of project engineering. One's a capital project engineer, one's a strategic capital project engineer, and another is a master engineer. We have some also in Fort Walton Beach, as well as at Tyndall Air Force Base. So and Rockledge actually, so on the Space Coast. So if Florida is of interest, definitely take a look at our website. And again, it's hiremilitary.us. When you click on jobs, you can go straight to state and filter by Florida. And that will bring up all the Florida roles as well as all of the remote positions. So that is something I just wanted to acknowledge just then. But we have had a couple of questions. I can answer the first, and then I'm going to throw over to the Matt for the second. But the first one was, do we have any investment banking internship opportunities? And Paul, the answer, unfortunately, right now is no, we don't. We do work with some financial institutions, but unfortunately, on the SkillBridge side, we don't have any requisitions right now. However, that could change on the permanent side in the near future. So if that is of interest, definitely do keep an eye out on our website. And also connect with our recruiters as well, and just drop them a short, hey, you know what, I've signed up on your talent pool. This is my name. I'm interested. If anything comes up, endeavor to remember. Unfortunately, we get so many messages like that we don't remember everybody. So it is great for you to register your interest and your availability even into our talent pipeline. But the second question, Matt's, was Jeremy asked a while back, actually at the very beginning, how does he start the internship program? What is the first step? I'll go to you, Matt Hart, first of all. What do you do?
If you're looking to get started with an internship program, I would personally approach their command and just get their blessing right away. And that can kind of help you figure out, if you're even going to be eligible to do it. And you can start figuring out, what's on the DoD SkillBridge website, what's on our website. If we don't have anything that you're interested in, there's nothing on the DoD SkillBridge website, you can always bring a company to us and we can get them approved and get your SkillBridge program started for you. And I think we've had a 4-day turnaround lately, a week, 2 weeks. It just depends on who the company is and what they want to do. But I would personally start with talk to your command, make sure they support your decision and you're able to attend a SkillBridge internship and kind of figure out what it is you want to do. I can go on all day about all the different things you can do after that, but step one, do that, see what positions are out there, see what's available, and we'll go from there. But I'll just turn it over to Matt Collins. He can talk about a few other tips.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. I think you really hit the most key part of that is having that that conversation with your command team so they understand that your intent is to participate in a SkillBridge. And then really, if you're OCONUS, ensuring that you're getting ahead of the process to clear so that you can leave OCONUS and get to that location. We don't have SkillBridge opportunities outside CONUS right now. So that piece, sit down, calculate your terminal leave, understand if your intent is to work on terminal leave or to take some time at the end of your internship to go on terminal leave. But really that conversation with your command team, with your supply to clear posts, for lack of a better term, so that your SkillBridge transition to that start date can be as smooth as possible and as seamless as possible. But yeah, it's really about that initial conversation and make sure you know where you want to go, because if your SkillBridge is going to take you away from where you are now, as far as the installation you're currently at, is it going to be where you want to be full time at the end of it as well? So.
Thank you, guys. Another question we've just had in, Edward Cannon has asked, he's seeing PMP and Lean Six Sigma as a requirement or nice to have on many job descriptions, but any recommended resources? Two that come off the top of my head, and I think Doug Hampton has answered one, O2O, IVMF. They have free courses for the PMP through their website. So take a look at that. Normally, we always say O2O, but it's easier to Google IVMF. And that is open to veterans, military spouses, and to transitioning service members. I think they also have Lean Six Sigma as well. But if not, I would hugely recommend, and you can go on to the website or you can look at their profile here on LinkedIn, Sigma Forces, Brandy Walker, I've got that right. Is that correct, Sigma Forces?
That's right. Sigma Forces, they have those courses on there. They actually even have some freebies, so you can try them out and see what that works. Also, PMI on LinkedIn does free kind of like intro classes, so you can get an idea of if you're even interested in it by taking the little small mini courses. I know I took 2 of them. I think there were bits of it that I liked about both of them. I don't know if there's a merging of the 2 hybrid pieces. I do love managing in spreadsheets, so that's a me thing. But I would check out some of the free courses that they offer. Sigma Forces has a bunch on their website, and they're a taste of it, so you can kind of figure out what you want. And then PMI, Project Management Institute, they have free 40-minute, could take longer than that if you have family around you, but courses that you can try out to see if there's a track or something that interests you.
Torino has asked, do we have any architectural or construction management ops? Absolutely, Torino, we do. Take a look at our website, hiremilitary.us, and look at the permanent jobs. We've got a few there that may be of interest. And finally, I just wanted to say something, because I've seen a lot of this today in the chat, and we see it every week. And I say this with kindness in my heart, I really do. But lots of people say that they're looking for project management, okay? And if you were here at the beginning of this conversation, you will have heard Matt Collins say, don't just tell us that you want a remote role, because remote isn't a career function, it's a location. And project management to us is kind of the same in a wider respect. Often it's like somebody coming to us and saying, hey, I want to use my leadership skills. What does that actually mean? And so when you say you want to work in project management, I'm going to now ask you to really consider, what do you know about project management? What type of project management? Because project management is a function that spans every single career field that there possibly is. What do you know about it? What do you know about the metrics that you'll be measured on, the KPIs on a daily basis? What do you know about the function? What do you know about who you'll be working with? What sort of industry do you want to take your skill set and work in with regard to project management? So if that is something that you have written today, and we understand because we have lots of people on a daily basis tell us that they want to work in project management, I'm really giving you as a piece of homework before you go out into the wider world and look for these roles. Identify and funnel what sort of project management you want to work in, because that really will be helpful to recruiters that you start to engage with, but also to you as you start your wider job search, because project management isn't project management. It is different in every single industry, with every company, with every career field. And often, yes, we all hear you might need a PMP, but there are so many other certifications and experiences or career skill sets that you would need, and they are not the same for every PM role. So that's just a piece I'm going to leave you with today. Matt, Brandy, is there anything that you want to add before we finish up? I'll take that as a big no. Well then, thank you for joining us today. It has been a treat as always. It's really lovely to see you. We will be back next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, for another Hot Jobs at Higher Military. Until then, have a wonderful week. Thank you and bye-bye.